What is up, guys? Good old-fashioned cola back here for some more Animal Crossing. I know it's been a few months since I last played, but we're gonna get started here because I've got a lot of stuff, a lot of important stuff I want to talk about. But seriously, we have to talk about, of course, it wouldn't be an episode of me running around doing nothing on Animal Crossing if I didn't start off talking about good old Cleveland Cavaliers and how they exceeded expectations, but I don't even know the words I'm looking for. A petty bitch or never pleased. We shit the bed real bad there at the end of the season. We were on pace to make the playoffs, and people got hurt, people weren't hitting their shots, and we ended up falling out of the main playoffs, made it to the play-in, and got whooped by the Nets, and then the Hawks, fucking Trae Young and his unibrow, fucking troll-ass looking bitch boy, took care of us. Totally went off in the fourth quarter. Sorry, coffee burp. Today's episode is brought to you by Folgers. I'm a Folgers man now. It's vanilla biscotti, if you want to be like me and drink mediocre Keurig cups all the time. I think this is cup number 4 for the day. Anyways, I just have a list of players here that I wrote down that I want to talk about. First off is Ricky Rubio. When my absolute man crush went down, that was like really the beginning of the end of the season for the Cavs. Having that second ball handler and playmaker on the team was absolutely necessary, I feel like, with the two big guys, Jared Allen and Evan Mobley. And we'll get to them because I definitely want to talk about them. But once Rubio went down, that was really the beginning of the end. Like, we even kind of weathered the storm when Sexton went down. And I really hope we bring him back. I think it'd be the right move because we're not really a free agent destination, and bring him back on obviously a cheaper deal than what he originally wanted. Why is everybody going inside? It's a beautiful day! I'm going to have to put... there's a YouTube poop moment from a King of the Hill YouTube poop. I don't remember exactly which one, but Dale is like, "It's a beautiful day, yay!" And I'm going to have to find that and put it in the video. I didn't even...
I tell you, I hate Nancy. It's a beautiful day, yay! Sunday!
Hit a diggable button. Back to the Cavs. So, after Rubio goes down, they make the Rajon Rondo trade, which I was all for in the moment, but Rondo really, really didn't look good at all, ever. There was like maybe 1 or 2 games where I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely Rajon Rondo, but most times it was like, put Brandon Goodwin in there. Because Brandon Goodwin was like our third string guy, kind of hung out on a 2-way deal, bounced around from the Charge to the Cavs. I thought he was really, really good, but just really inconsistent. I think they should look at bringing him back, at least on like a minimum deal. I think it would be a really good idea. But Evan Mobley looks like the fucking second coming of Kevin Garnett. If he could just get his like jump shot down, I think he would be absolutely dangerous next to Jared Allen, who really exceeded my expectations. I thought he was just kind of going to be like a Clint Capella type, but I felt like he offered a little bit more. Like, you watch Clint Capella in Atlanta, and it's like, yeah, they could probably do without him. I mean, they're doing without him right now, but they're down 3-1, isn't it? Or is it 3-0 against the Heat? I can't remember. Jimmy Buckets is absolutely locking Trae Young down, and I love it. And watching them now, I'm really glad we didn't actually make it in, because the Heat would have embarrassed us probably worse. But Garland was fantastic. Obviously, he made the All-Star team. Really exceeded my expectations as well, because I remember there was a video I made after a preseason game where I was like, Garland's too passive, he's not shooting enough. I don't know if any of this is going to work out, but he really, once Colin went down, he really took a step and exceeded expectations for himself. Who else? Kevin Love. I did not have on my 2022 Cavs season bingo card that Kevin Love would play the most games out of anybody on the team and would look like a Six-Man of the Year candidate. Definitely big market bias is going to give it to Tyler Hero, but that dude played starters minutes off the bench, and I think he might have started a lot of games too. I don't know. I'd have to look at Basketball Reference. But Kevin Love started like 5 games tops, played 6-man minutes, and really was like a main factor as to why we did so well this season. Him and Jetty kind of fell off, and I honestly don't think Jetty's going to be coming back next season. I think they're going to end up flipping him. But him and Jetty, him and Ricky, before Ricky went down, were the best like 3-punch off the bench in the league, I think. Finally, we got to talk about the Karis LeVert of it all. Karis LeVert, I was 150% behind that deal, but it just did not work out, and I'm hoping with an off season of practicing with the team and everything and getting used to his role, he'll look like the player he has always been. But when he was here, he really just looked like lost out there on offense. He had no idea where anybody was at on the court, and he just like was chucking up his shots, and none of them went down ever. He had like a couple of good games, maybe 2 or 3, but every time Karis would touch the ball, I would audibly scream no. So I'm really hoping that Karis can look like himself again, because I was a huge fan of him in Brooklyn. I always wanted a guy like Karis, where you knew it was a guaranteed shot, like it was going in. He's definitely a bucket getter, but he definitely was not this season, at least for us. But on to other stuff other than basketball. My back is fucking up again for some reason. Not really sure why. I have a doctor's appointment scheduled. Not really sure what they're going to offer me, though. So, other than that, if anybody has any fun video games that have come out this year, please let me know, because I'm struggling to play anything. I haven't played video games in like weeks. I just kind of sit on my phone and wait for the next day to happen, because I tried like Pokemon Arceus, wasn't my thing. I hopped back onto Call of Duty Vanguard for a little bit, wasn't clicking. Coffee burp. I don't really play 2K a whole lot anymore. And I just can't think of anything that's coming out this year. I mean, there's Mario Strikers, whatever it's called, but I'm super hyped for that. I haven't tried Kirby in the Forgotten Land yet. I rented that from my work. I didn't press anything. Did not press anything. But I haven't tried that Kirby game yet. Trying to think if there's anything that's come out recently. But I definitely will appreciate recommendations, because I don't have anything to play. Even though I bought, what was the newest Age of Empires? I bought that when it was on sale on Steam, because I was like, ooh, that looks fun. I want to play that, because I was like really into Civ at the time. And then it was classic Steam, where I just never play the game. But I did reserve a Steam Deck. Whenever that comes, I'll be happy. I got the 3rd tier option, like the most expensive one, and I have no money, so don't know how I'm going to pay for it, but concerts, those I have been enjoying rather than video games. I went and saw Slipknot, which was amazing. Usually big concerts don't do it for me, but I saw them and I saw Wage War and In This Moment, but I do not care for In This Moment. They're kind of butt rocky. But Wage War was fantastic. If I didn't have to work when they were coming back to Cleveland in May, I would definitely be there. And Slipknot, I've wanted to see them. I was probably 8 years old, 7 or 8 years old when I first started listening to Slipknot, so definitely have wanted to see them majority of my life, and this was the first time. If they're coming through and you've always been a fan but you just haven't had the opportunity to see them, definitely go see them. Other concerts I've got lined up, Limp Bizkit is coming, and Korn is coming, so I've deemed this year the year of nu metal. And then also, I'm seeing Vampire Weekend this summer and Beartooth. So it's a pretty varied list of shows I'm going to, and mostly big stuff. I feel like I usually go to like smaller shows. I mean, I have a couple of shows lined up, like Nothing Nowhere. I saw Heart Attack Man like last weekend. And there's been a couple shows where I had the tickets, it got delayed into this year, and it's like, I'm not fucking going. Like Silverstein, I had tickets to see them. I think that might have been end of last year, though. And Knuckle Puck, I just did that with. Like, I don't know. I'm old. I don't have it in me anymore to go to all these different shows, which is not like myself at all. I don't know why I care for this balloon, but we're going to get it. But speaking of music, let's talk about some new albums that have come out. This isn't like a whole list of stuff, and I have been sucking on listening to new stuff, so if there's something I didn't talk about, I mean, I might have listened to it already, but definitely comment down below. Just rattling off here. I really liked Korn's new album. I have to unequip this real quick. There's a band called Anxious. They're like punk rocky, kind of in the same vein of like maybe Title Fight. But they're really good. They were opening for Knuckle Puck, and I was excited to see them, but then I just didn't end up going. Where the hell is that balloon? Who else is on here? Bad Omens had a really good album at the beginning of the year. And Snot, who's opening for Limp Bizkit, but not at my shows, unfortunately. He's really good. Oh, that's nice. I don't know if I have that already. But that pretty much covers everything I wanted to talk about, I think. Hopefully, I can spark my love of video games again and hop back on YouTube, because I think it would be nice to start recording stuff again. Anyways, I'm Good Old Fashioned Cola. Leave your games to look forward to down below, because I definitely need some stuff on the horizon. Pun intended. New Horizons. That's another thing. I got really burnt out on New Horizons. I haven't played that in a long time. But leave your recommendations of stuff that's out now or coming out, because I feel like there's just nothing out there. Everything just is either unannounced, or maybe people just aren't making games anymore. But leave it down below, and I will see you guys back here next time.